All right, now here's a post I want to share with you guys. Again, this is on my Twitter, my X handle, whatever. You guys can check me out there if you want. The link is in the description. I was testing the iPhone and the Google Pixel on the Verizon 5G ultra-wideband network today. And this is basically two parts. I'm comparing the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the Google Pixel 7 Pro. And I'm also testing Verizon's new 100 megahertz C-band channel. And here is the results. I tested from a mile away. I tested from a half mile. And I tested from quarter mile. And here's my results. And you know what? Let me do the same thing I just did, so I can zoom in. All right, so here's from 1 mile away, outside. The Pixel got 550 down and 59 up. The iPhone got 439 down and 52 up. There's nothing wrong with the iPhone's RF performance. That's perfectly fine. But the Pixel offers two things: more throughput downlink and uplink, and also, for whatever reason, the ping time is lower. So last I checked, the Pixel is outperforming the iPhone. Remember, this is from 1 mile. Okay. The next test is from like a half a mile away or 3/4 mile away. I forget the distance on this one. The Pixel got 668 down and 78 up. The iPhone got 591 down and 71 up. Again, there's nothing wrong with the iPhone's performance, but the Pixel performs better. I'm talking about cellular, I'm talking about RF, I'm talking about N77 specifically, comparing these two phones. Guys, I'm not cherry picking. I can go and do this right now. I could do this tomorrow. I could do this Friday. I could do this Saturday. I could do it at night, in the morning. A majority of the time when I put these two phones up together, these are the types of RF performances I see. I'm not saying that the Pixel is a better phone than the iPhone. I'm saying when I use Verizon on the Google Pixel 7 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max, a majority of the time, the Pixel has a better RF performance. I'm not speaking to anyone's preference about OS, iOS versus Android. That's not what this is about. I'm not comparing the cameras, the picture quality, the video recording. I'm just talking about the cellular RF. And when it comes to Wi-Fi, it's more or less the same story. You know, the Pixel's got Wi-Fi 6E. I can get like 900 up on my Google Fiber Wi-Fi on my Pixel. My iPhone can't do that. I can get like 980 down on my Pixel. I can't do that. I can get like 600-700 on the iPhone, which is fine. But I'm just showing you guys. I let the tech do the talking. I don't push narratives. I just use. I just test and I report. Enjoy your iPhones. Enjoy your Pixels. Enjoy your Galaxies. You put your money to it. You do whatever you want. I just share. I could do a live stream and produce this 60, 70, 80, 90% of the time. This would be the story. Now, the iPhone is better at thermal management. That is for damn sure. So there are strengths that the iPhone has, obviously, over the Pixel. I personally think the video recording on the iPhone is the best. But I'm just talking about RF here. When it comes to the radios, when it comes to the antennas, Pixel's doing something better. I don't know. Max Tech Studio says, have you compared a PG line to a Boost Rainbow SIM? Not really. Maybe that's something I should do, Max. Okay, so that was... oh, I got one more test here. This was from a quarter mile away. The Google Pixel 7 Pro got 764 megabits down and 77 up. The iPhone got 620 down, 67 up. And we have lower pings on all these tests on the Pixel. So yeah, you pick what you want and you use what you want and enjoy it. But when I test these two phones on the Verizon network, one is usually better than the other most of the time. But I think what's important for the sake of this testing, I didn't really want to make this just about the Pixel versus the iPhone. It's really about showing you guys what a 100 megahertz channel of N77 is like for Verizon. This is 1 mile away from the site. 550 down, 59 up. This is like a half a mile away from the site. 668 down, 78 up. Here's a quarter mile from the site. 764 down, 77 up. Folks, this is at 4 p.m. There's usage on the network. I have a feeling that this tower site, off peak, meaning late at night, early in the morning, if I test it from this range, it's well beyond gigabit speed. And I think from the half mile mark, it's probably well beyond gigabit speed. I think even from this mile marker, it might approach like 900 megabits per second. I don't think it gets to a gig. That would be sweet. I don't think it gets there. But I think 800 is probably very likely, and 900, there's a chance. Now, the reason why this is important is if you got this connection, which, again, T-Mobile executives said was trash and was weak and was going to need density, right? It's doing great. I think by having the extra bandwidth, Verizon engineers were able to kind of push the power a little bit harder, right? Boost up the power, and then, you know, that extra bandwidth really makes a big difference. Samsung radio gear is actually pretty good. I know they're not as, you know, up to speed with the firmware updates and stuff like that as like Ericsson, but the performance of the actual gear seems decent. You know, I've been testing Samsung radio gear on mmWave for a couple years now, and I've been testing on C-band for a little bit over a year now. It's pretty good. The CBRS gear is pretty good. I know that there's some hardware failures and stuff like that. You know, I've heard about that from engineers. But this looks pretty good to me. Rusty says, I will definitely have to test the Pixel 8 Pro when that comes out on the Verizon network. Rusty, I will tell you, man, I've been using my Pixel 7 Pro all year with a Verizon SIM in it. I think I tried T-Mobile as well. That was pretty good too, but the SA was killing the battery. Yeah, Rage and Dusty, the Pixel phones are nice, man. I'm sure you're enjoying that 7A. It's definitely not a flagship, the 7A, but it's pretty close, man. You're getting most of that experience. Official Tim Tech in the house. Said, I always love me some AT&T fiber. Yeah, keep your fiber up, man. You got to stay regular, bro. Anyways. All right, so more coverage, more testing, more analyses, more videos on Verizon's network expansion, AT&T's network expansion, the next phase of networking for T-Mobile. They got 40 megahertz of C-band here. I'm looking to see if maybe they start building to that next year. T-Mobile's got to scale 10 gig fiber. They've got to continue to improve the network reliability piece, the calling. Every carrier has work to do. There is absolutely not a perfect carrier. Verizon's got to upgrade a lot of, you know, cell sites outside of metros. AT&T's got to upgrade in certain places and improve coverage. You know, T-Mobile's got their things that they got to work on. Every carrier is busy. I don't know about you guys, but put the pink thongs aside. You know, put the red Speedos aside. You know, put the blue panties, the blue Speedo, the red panties, whatever. Put them all aside. These carriers are competing for, you know, our business at a high level. You know, I know that sometimes we got price increases, but the networks are getting better. They're getting more capacitive. They're getting more reliable. They're getting, you know, more redundant. They're getting larger. The access has improved. I think it's a good time. I think we're in a good place. There's ways to get the network access cheaper too. For T-Mobile, you get it from Mint Mobile. You know, from AT&T, you can get it from Cricket. You can get it from Dish. You can get it from Boost Mobile. You know, for Verizon, you can get it from Big Cable. You can get it from US Mobile. You can get it from Visible. You don't even have to pay premium prices to get access to good networks. Just keeping it real, man. And they're doing stuff like this. It's absolutely tremendous. So right now, I would say that if I had to characterize Verizon's network, they are coming, right? They are on their way. They're aggressively attacking the network upgrade process. AT&T is not throwing in the towel on wireless. You could just kill that noise. And T-Mobile wants to aggressively defend their 5G leadership position with respect to 5G availability and 5G speeds. It is good times for the customer with respect to networks. And of course, that's what my channel is about. It's about cellular network technology enthusiasm. You know, big shout out to the homie Nikki T, who might be one of the biggest geeks about networks other than me. You know, we love this stuff. There are different ways that you can support the SMT. One of them obviously is to rate the video. That helps. You interact with the content, you know, comments and likes and shares and those things. But if you want to be more directly supportive of your content creators, the way that you do that is with supports like the Buy Me a Coffee link. You can support us that way. There's also the other, you know, donation type supports. Really what I want to do is grow the communities within Patreon and the YouTube memberships, and more so the Patreon, because I can give you more through Patreon. So if you guys like what the YouTube channel does and you like what it offers, you're looking for a bunch of things like early access videos and additional live streams, you want more of the SMT, that's how you could do it. So I recommend checking us out on Patreon. The link is in the description. But if you don't want to do that, then you can support us lots of other ways. In the description, you've got the coffee link, you've got other stuff. There's ways to support the channel. Of course, if you need service, but you want a good value, you're sick and tired of price hikes, you're looking for a better deal, we have partnered with Mint Mobile. All right, use our partner link. It's in the description. They just increased all of the data allotments on all their plans, and they didn't touch pricing. So the 4 gig plan went to a 5 gig plan. They kept it $15. The 15 gig plan, right, used to be a 10 gig plan, right, and they kept it at $20 a month, right? So they added all this value, didn't even touch pricing. This is why we absolutely must support this company. They are doing good things. I mean, you tell me what carrier is doing this. What carrier gives you more for the same amount of money, right? All these other companies are raising pricing. T-Mobile just increased plan rates, right? Their new plans are more expensive. Verizon is historically known, AT&T historically known for slapping on increases to fees and additional fees and all those types of things. Mint Mobile's different. They're different. They're giving you more and they're not charging you more, right? So if you're looking for a second line, you want to try the T-Mobile network, you know, you're looking for a better value. I can think of a dozen reasons to switch to Mint Mobile. And of course, you can port your number. You can get, you know, phone deals. They'll like, look at this. Look at this one. It's here at the top, right? We're talking about 6 months of free service when you buy a phone and get their 6-month plan. So you would essentially have a year of service and a phone all on a good deal. Can't beat it. All right, links in the description. Use it. It's our unique partner link, and it will support the channel.